come out here to get some diesel at Simpson Oil Company. Gotta have some fuel so I can get my work done. I just got back to the barn unhooked, and do you see a problem? This tire flat. So I don't know. It didn't look like that way yesterday when I left, but also there's no weight on it. So hopefully it looks like it's still in the bead. I don't know how low it is, but I don't know if it's got a leak. I mean, obviously it's got a leak, but I don't think there's any serious damage to it. May just be old. Kind of got some crack in there. So I'm gonna get it aired up. That turns on the air compressor. How much on these? Dual max 50. Oh, 75 psi. I'm pretty sure there's not 75 in there. Oh no, they're only 07 tires, so they're only 18 years old. So far it's aired up. We'll see how long it lasts. But yeah, there's some cracking in these tires. So I may be spending some money on some tires this year. I got my flatbed trailer that I bought. I don't know if I showed you how to blow out on those with a skid steer on it. They're just not heavy duty enough for that, and even though we don't go far with it. So I need to put some better tires on that. The trailer I just bought, did I show you that? I bought a utility trailer. It needs new tires. Dad's utility trailer needs new tires. I probably need to get some rear tires for the big tractors just to have on hand in case we have some issues there, because they're all the same size, and especially the duals on the 8260 are getting kind of chewed up. So a lot of money on rubber. Got them all aired up. The rest of them were slightly low, but fine. So I'll watch those. Probably need to be thinking about some new tires for those. All right, what I did yesterday after I said bye to you, I think I got the tote put on there. I just need the pump to put on the tote, and that system is ready. Our tires are good. Got the tractor hooked up to the sprayer. Everything's hooked up and ready to go. I got some water pumped into the freshwater tank. So now I'm going to go spray it out. We'll just basically drain the system from a little bit of antifreeze that we left in the lines to winterize it. RV antifreeze. So I'm going to go drive to, I think I'm going to go to this fallow ground over here, kind of where I did some scraping. Maybe I can show you that. And circulate the boom and circulate the system to get as much of the antifreeze out. Even though I'm probably going to be spraying Roundup on weeds first, it won't matter because it's going to also hurt the weeds. But get it all cleaned out, and then come back over here and grease the boom everywhere, all the places. Grease the tractor, all the places, just the front end, because we don't need the hitch. And then and then I'll probably drive it to the front of grandma's and unfold it and clean out all the nozzles and strainers so that this thing will be ready for spraying. It's Saturday today. Maybe could do some spraying today, but I don't have any surfactants that I need. I have the Roundup. I don't have any surfactants. So when I get home this weekend, either today or tomorrow, I'm going to get a load together of all the stuff I need. So Monday, maybe I can either get a delivery or go pick up some, and that way I have all the stuff I need to do some spraying. Maybe it rains on Sunday, and I've got some time to do that. Or it doesn't, and I just, keep doing stuff. All right, hydraulic is good. Engine oil is good. I've started this twice since getting the starter and everything on there, but it's been warmer. It's still warm. It's not cold. It's chillier than it was the first time I started it. So this will maybe be a good test to see if I've got better. I mean, I didn't change anything in the starter. I charged the batteries fully and hooked everything back up. So let's see. That was better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this unfolded. So I can spray some water through the boom at the end. Safety stops for safety. Safety first on Dudensing Farms, you know. Gonna open this up. So everything that I pump through the system just goes in the tank and then comes out the tank. So pump is going. First thing is turn on the agitator valve. So it's pulling water from the fresh into the main tank with this agitator that just mixes all the chemicals up, and so it's running out of the tank there. So I run that valve for a little bit, watching my volume that I want to run out. That's good. Now I'm going to do the bypass. So bypass is what allows me to put water into here. So I put some of that and suck it through. So now I'm pulling water through the mix and fill, through this set of hoses. And then through this is the part that blows up through that middle. The other one is what's the cleaner. This one blows it through the top. So let that finish draining out of this tank, then I can turn the bypass off. All right, everything is rinsed. Now I'm going to do the boom. So I'm going to turn all my booms off and turn it to manual and make sure my pressure is up high enough on manual, and then I guess I'm gonna do this one at a time just so I can see them decent, even though I'm gonna clean those out. And then I can't see 3. It's right behind. But just wanted to see if I could see that everything was spraying. Looks like everything's spraying. So I'm just going to turn all of them on and then just run this water out. Okay, that's done. That's good. And so the last, what do I got here? Got about 50 gallons left. So I'm going to run this tank rinse sprays from the top and rinses the tank. Should be good. How much water I got left? Oh, about 30 gallons. Okay, I think I've done everything. Now I think all I got left is to just blow stuff through the boom. So I'll put the rest of it out through the boom, I guess. That I'll just watch the pressure gauge, and when it starts to drop, then I've used all my water. And I'm finished. All right, now watch that pressure gauge. Should be happening soon. There it goes. Turn the pump off. Turn the pump off. Turn the controller off, and we're ready for something. Here at the end, we kind of let off so we don't slam it into those stops super hard. All right, before I forget, put this back onto the main tank valve, so we'll pull water from the main tanks to the fresh tank, and then also close this because all my water would pour out, and then this turns around. And that's that. All right. I am going to clean all the nozzles. Wish me luck. Remember, if I cleaned all this stuff out before I winterized it, I think I wanted to, but I don't know if I ever got to it, so. A little tight. See all that in there? That's the same kind of stuff that was in the whole nurse trailer thing. Getting the 8130 fueled up and full, so I mean it's done. The only thing, I've got the globe, the receiver for the GPS off of this tractor. If we got a chance of severe weather, then I'm just gonna wait and put it on. When I put it on, I gotta do a calibration anyways. So if I put it on and then it does come severe weather, I gotta take it off. Then I have to do that calibration again. So that'll be the only thing that's left that I can think of for this. And then that's ready to go. 8260's ready. I gotta look at the chains, see what time it is here. about lunchtime. I'm gonna go home for lunch, but just got it. Those pull chains are off. It seems like, unless it's. Anyways, I'll check the pull chains, and then I think after lunch I'm gonna go and try to strip till and see what it looks like. Maybe I'm hoping that it's gonna be good, and then I can start knocking out some of those acres this afternoon. Let's do some strip tilling. Gotta get some things in the tractor, some spare parts and tools and such, but we're gonna get this chains figured out. Figure out why they're pulling opposite or pulling off. Unequal is the word. Get the hitch. When we get to the field, I'll have to set the hitch depth, and may have to change the center linkage, change the tilt, which reminds me I need to get a tape measure so I can measure that. Oh, it's a little low right here for some reason. Maybe parked a little bit nose down. Precisely measured. The perfect amount. All right. Possibly need those. And then I think these are all my points and roll pins, but if I have something break, I'll just come back to the barn because I'll need to grind it out and all that. But I've got some penetrating oil in the tractor. I brought my anti-seize already. So I'm just gonna take a couple discs. I ordered some more bearings in case I have some more go out. I don't have any spare bearings if those front Coulter wheels bearings go out. So hopefully those don't go out very often, but if they do go out, I don't have anything to fix those. So that would put me down for the weekend until Monday. I can get those I have them ordered. I haven't picked them up yet. So get these discs, and then I think that's it. I think we'll get to the field and then we'll do the rest there. All right, I got my right rows. I'm gonna go loosen this chain on this side that's tight. Then we're gonna find out. Well, then I gotta check the linkage, center linkage. So I'll do that also once I get going and get the plow in the ground a little bit, because you need to check that under tension because there's a little bit of give in that center linkage. So if you don't have it where the plow's in the ground with pulling tractor, then your distance could be shorter than it really is when it's pulling. So I'll need to check that, but I'm gonna go change that chain. I'm gonna start with just loosening this one. See what that does. It looks more symmetrical, but we'll go out and check it once I get the plow on the ground with tension. Then I can check those chains. Also, I can watch how they kind of flop. And if one's real rigid, it'll barely move, and if one's too loose, it'll flop a lot. So we'll check that too. All right, here we go. Let's give it a shot. See how she's gonna do. Forward and down, right? Got everything. Gonna start in 7th gear just to make sure. I'm gonna go real slow. Forward and down. Okay, I'm gonna put it in drive and then put it straight into park. Sorry, pull it in neutral and go straight into park so that I can check that center linkage measurement. I don't know. It's a little cloddy, but I don't know. We'll see. First, let's check this chain. So that's pretty tight, pretty taut. And that's too loose. So maybe it was good. Now that it's pulling, I don't know. Shanks are going in the ground. That those row units are fairly level. All right, let's check this center linkage. Probably got to retighten this chain once I get back in the cab. Okay, looking for 27 inches from the flat. Can you see it over there? From this flat to the front of this pin. And I'm 27 3/8, so I got to come forward quite a bit. Come forward, I have to tighten. I've got to eat up these threads, so let's see, I'm on top. Let's go at least a full turn. See what that looks like. That's right on 27 right there, so I'm going to go a little bit more and double check that. Alright, let's see where we stayed. Right on 27. So that should, based on what we've done in the years past, be what makes this plow plumb vertical up and down. So kind of look at the cylinder mast right there. Kind of hard to tell, but that's what we've had it for lots of years. It's hard to set a plow in this first pass, what I've found, because we will drive sometimes next to that right there, and so you can see like this is hard packed and this is for sure hard packed, and so because I've done some driving up and down here for different reasons, so it's kind of hard on this first pass to tell exactly what's going on. But plow's fairly level. Again, I'll check it. I'll probably make this through, get going on around, and I'll check it again. It's not as cloddy, like I was expecting real big clods. Not bad, but I know it's leaving voids. It always does, but probably especially so because you get into that and then that's gonna leave a hole where that came out of. But I think it's gonna be all right. It's not, I was afraid it's gonna, I mean, it's left like, I don't know, football sized clods in places, and it might still do that when we get into some really hard packed stuff, but luckily this is not right where this is. So we'll get some rain on this, settle it down, form them back up, be a real nice seat bed. Chains are better. This one's pretty tight. Pretty comparable, so probably leave it like that. It's going well. I think it's pulling good. It's not pulling too much of a load on the tractor, which I'm kind of surprised about. I dropped the hitch down a little bit, so I lowered the wings just a hair, just if it's not pulling, if I've got some power left on the tractor, I put it just a little bit deeper. I may do that some still, but it's still, I want it to plow level, and so it's still plowing pretty level. So I'm gonna go here for a little while. But I just want to show you kind of how this implement works here. So this front coulter disc kind of is what sets the depth. That's a rigid bar, and so this first this spike goes in the ground. It doesn't do much other than just kind of keeps it from bouncing around, I think. But these bands here, that's what keeps it kind of on top of the ground. You can see that right there. We don't use these because we're not dealing with much residue normally, and so we just leave those up out of the way. That's the shank with a chisel point. It's fracturing through and just busting through right where we're going to plant the cotton this year now. And so that's doing that, and it kind of throws it, it blows it up, and then these discs bring it back together into a mound that's better for a kind of a bed for planting. And then these baskets just roll on the top and kind of chop up some of this stuff. If it's hard and dry, it won't really do that too much, but it kind of just leaves it a little more mellow on top. So pretty simple machine. Not a lot to watch back here. I want to watch kind of these parallel arms, that they stay kind of like this and don't get kicked up out of the ground. Sometimes that'll happen if the ground's real hard in certain areas, but I think it's doing a pretty good job. We'll keep watching it and see what happens. Everything's still going good. I've done that much. The clods are still consistent. I mean, there's some, but it's some moisture, some dry, but not. I was talking to a farmer at our meetings 2 days ago. He said everything was coming out in big chunks. So far, not the case here. So thankful for that. I talked to Dad to decide if I should try to lower the plow some to pull a little more load, use the horsepowers I've got. Well, he reminded me that we normally run the machine full throttle. I had it throttled back. So full throttle, it's pulling a lot more like I would expect right there. That's a 100% gauge. So 3/4 of our engine power is being used. So that's a decent spot. The points on there, remember, they're worn a little bit. I think once I change those, I bet they'll pull a little harder and get me a lot closer to that 100% mark. So it's real dusty. It's hard to see what's going on, but so far so good. I'm watching those rolling baskets. If I get a rock or a big clod, sometimes they can lock those discs down, those baskets down, and just start dragging. And so far that hasn't happened, but now that I've told you about that, it probably will. Everything's going good. Just getting out to take a look at things, checking it over. Good moisture down there. It's good to see. Make sure everything's still kind of spinning free. I haven't had anything lock up these baskets yet, so that's good news. With the dust, it's hard to see those discs turning, and then from the tractor, these are hard to see because they're so close to the front. All good. I've gotten not quite halfway done. It's hard to show you, do it justice, but it's strip tilling is satisfying. Just taking the bare ground and putting rows in it. I just like the way it looks. Update, making good time. Dad, I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, there you can see the truck. He had to come to the barn for something, so he stopped by and we tilted the plow back just a hair. That would help put the shank and the disc in the ground a little bit more, which will pull more of a load. I mean, it's not making much difference on the graph there, but maybe you put those discs further back, the discs go in the ground more, and you might throw up a little bit more of a mound. So I don't know. We'll see if it's maybe slightly, or it's or you maybe can convince yourself that it is just because you know you did it and it should. So, but tinkered with a few things just for a little bit, and it's going good. I'm on pass number 7, and so there is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So 7 more throughs to finish here, and then it's just 6:15. So I've got a 50-acre patch just right here that's close, but I don't know if I want to plow that late tonight or not. My family's out of town, so I got nothing to rush back for, but that driving over there and doing that 50 acres, that's going to take me, say, 2.5 to 3 hours. It's still going to take me another, where am I at? 61, 62 acres. So I've got a little less than an hour here, plus say 2.5, so like 3.5, 4 hours. That'd be 10 o'clock. I'm not doing that. So what I'll probably do is finish here and then just go to near the barn by Grandma's and just do a couple rounds there until I'm ready to go home. Fuel this up with diesel. Tomorrow Sunday and go to church. After church I'll come and jump over and get that 50 acres so it's done. I like to knock out some of these farms. It makes me feel better having whole properties finished, and then on Monday get some chemical, get a game plan, decide if I'm going to spray some or keep strip tilling. I mean, it's all got to get done, but what I've strip tilled, I'm covering up some weeds, so I want to wait and spray until the weeds can kind of grow through some of the dirt, possibly. I spray something I haven't strip tilled yet, I want to wait a few days to let those weeds kind of take in the chemical good before I come and strip till. That one's probably not as big a deal, but makes me feel better to make sure I give it a chance to die on its own or translocate that chemical before I come and disturb it again. So Monday, I don't know what I'll do. I know what I'll do tomorrow, but I don't know what Monday looks like just yet. Here's a really good example of a temperature inversion. And so dust no problem, but that's why we don't, this time of day, right when the sun's going down, and then in the morning when the sun's coming up, seems to be the times where it's the worst. But can you see, like, if that was chemical, how it's, that dust is not settling, it's just floating, and there's not enough wind to do anything with it. You want a little bit of wind, because that wind will make those particles kind of lay down. But so, like, if I was spraying a chemical and there was a sensitive crop, well, next door is going to get it for sure, but like there could be a crop a mile, 2 miles, or multiple miles away if it was bad enough where this chemical wouldn't settle. So kind of a stinker, because you're going along, if you're spraying and you're trying to finish, it's getting dark and you just want to, well, really what you should do is just stop, and then if you wait a little bit, when the sun goes down, probably it goes away and then you can keep going. But there's your temperature inversion. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back and watch the other videos. I've talked about it before, but basically the temperature inversion is that the temperature normally is warmer on the ground than it is in the air. I believe that's right. And it's flipped. And so that's trapping that air down at the bottom and not letting it, so it kind of creates this environment where stuff just kind of floats. Finishing this field, can you tell? This is the end. I'm having a double plow just a little bit. I shift over 8 feet. You gotta watch. You just gotta keep watching me to learn how we do stuff, so I don't have to explain it, because I'm not gonna explain it this time. But 8 feet gets it shifted over in the right rows. So I'm double plowing these two, so dusty you can't tell. What that's gonna leave, just like on the other side, is my single for when I'm planting will be perfectly up against the boundary. But I can't strip till it because I would have to be shifted over 8 feet, and my outside pair, the outside row of the outside pair, would be plowing in the neighbor's wheat, and I don't want to do that. Don't plow up your neighbor's crops. So I'm done with this field. It is 7 o'clock, so it took me right around an hour. A little short. What am I gonna do next? I guess I'm gonna go make a couple rounds at Grandma's by the barn. I think I'll do that, and then diesel, then home. blinkers. Back up just a little bit. On to the next one. I can't tell if I'm in the right rows or not because it's dark. Okay, there's cotton stalks. Okay, I think this is cotton right here and cotton right here. So it should be a skip. There should be cotton right there and then cotton right there. Okay, so there's 2 rows of cotton. I'm not right because I need to be straddling, so I think I need to go 4 feet over this way would get me, because this would put the cotton in the exact same spot it was last time we had cotton here, and I want to put it here underneath the tractor. So I either need to shift this way 4 feet or this way 4 feet. I think my drill rows are like right here. Yeah, so that's gonna put me too close. My planter row would be on top of it. It's hard to tell. I sewed over this way some, so I need to go 4 feet that way. Well, I'm gonna stop here. These are mile-long rows. It takes like 15 minutes through, so like I think that's right, like 20 to 30 minutes around. So I'm gonna make a round and call it. It's dark, obviously, and that's my visibility back there. And I caught something. I was dragging some dirt or a rock or something. Looks like on that through. I couldn't tell, and it was on a spot where it kind of slopes down. I just did a bunch of dirt work to fix that, and I'm afraid if I can't see that's dragging, the basket is dragging, it's just going to create water channels on sloping land, and there's a canal from that basket dragging. It's just going to make it wash out even worse. So I'm just going to call it because I can, and I think it's the right decision to make. So thanks for following along today and every day. If you haven't been following along, come along. I think you'll enjoy it. We're real close to 1,000 subscribers. Sure like you to be the one that could put us over the top. So thanks for watching. And if you're gonna farm it.